Okay, so now let's understand different data types in a database. So if you are going to define a table, if you want to create a table, then you have to define the different columns which are going to be there in the table. And if you want to define different columns in the table, then how to kind of define these columns? So we need to declare the column. Let's say you want to create an employee table. So if you want to create an employee table, so in employee table, typically you will be having employee ID, employee name, maybe employee address, and maybe permanent or contract basis or temporary, so on, and joining date and joining time, right? These are the some of the information that you may need to add to the table. If you want to add these information to the table, then what is going to happen is something. If you want to enter employee number, so employee number is a number field or numeric field, so you can utilize numeric operation over here. So while defining a table, you have to declare employee number as a numeric field. So if you want to define anything as a numeric field, maybe employee number or employee salary, these two things are going to be numeric. So we have a group of data types who are used to define any numeric field. First one is integer, another one is small integer, and then float. Now what is integer? Integer are something who represents whole number. So if any number which we are going to have, if we have prior information that whatever be the value that we are going to enter in the specific field is something going to lie in this particular range from minus this to minus whatever it is written here. If the value that you are going to enter in the specific field is going to be too big and it will be in this range, then something we can define it as a integer. But if we know that whatever be the value that we are going to add, of course, like employee number, so employee number will not be that big. Of course, it will be in thousand or it may be hundreds of thousand, but not this big in number. If we know that a priori that the number which is going to be entered in the field is not going to be that big, so there is no sense defining that as an integer. Why? Because it is going to take a lot of space of the memory. So to save that, what we do, we have another data type which is called as small integer. That means we know that the data going to be in that in this particular field is not going to be that big. So let's define it small integer, save some space. And the range of a small integer is minus 32,768 to plus 32,767, right? Then these are the two basic types of integer and the difference between them. Now next one is float. When you know that whatever be the amount that you are going to enter, that is going to be in decimals as well. It will be in whole number plus decimal, like employee height or maybe employee weight or something like that. So anything which is going to be in decimal number, then we used to define it as a float, not integer, because integer is a full number which we used to define. All right. Thank you.